Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottama Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayed Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 6, The Killing of Demon Putana. Text number Indriyani Hrishikeshaha Indriyani Hrishikeshaha Pranan Narayano Avatu Pranan Narayano Avatu Shvetadvipa Patihi Chittam Shvetadvipa Patischittam Mano Yogeshwara Avatu Mano Yogeshwaro Avatu Indriyani Hrishikeshaha Pranan Narayano Avatu Shvetadvipapatischtittam Mano Yogeshwaro Vatu. Indriyani Hrishikeshaha Pranan Narayano Vatu Shvetadvipapatischtittam Mano Yogeshwara Vatu. Indriyani Hrishikeshaha Prananarayano Vatu Shvetadvipapatischtittam Mano Yogeshwaro Vatu. Indriyani Hrishikeshaha Prananarayano Vatu Shvetadvipapatischtittam Mano Yogeshwaro Vatu. Indriyani, all the senses. Hrishikeshaha, Lord Hrishikesha, the proprietor of all the senses. Pranan, all kinds of life air. Narayanaha, Lord Narayana. Avatu, may he give protection. Shvetadvipa Patihi, the master of Shvetadvipa. Vishnu, Chittam, the core of the heart. Manaha, the mind. Yogeshwaraha, Lord Yogeshwara. Avatu, may he give protection. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. May Hrishikesha protect your senses and Narayana your life air. May the master of Shvetadvipa protect the core of your heart, and may Lord Yogeshwara protect your mind. Please repeat this translation after me. May Hrishikesha protect your senses and Narayana your life air. May the master of Shvetadvipa protect the core of your heart. And may Lord Yogeshwara protect your mind. There are a few more verses. I will read them by myself. Kindly hear me. Prishnigarbhastute buddhim atmanam bhagavan paraha kridantam patu govindaha shayanam patu madhavaha prajantam avyad vaikuntha asinam tvam shriyah patihi bhunjanam yajna bhupatu sarvagraha bhayankaraha. Translation of these two verses. May Lord Prishnigarbha protect your intelligence and the Supreme Personality of Godhead protect your soul. While you are playing, may Govinda protect you. And while you are sleeping, may Madhava protect you. May Lord Vaikuntha protect you while you are walking. And may Lord Narayana, the husband of the goddess of fortune, protect you while you are sitting. Similarly, may Lord Yajnabhuk, the fearful enemy of all evil planets, always protect you while you enjoy life. Text 27, 28 and 29. Dakinyo yatu dhanyascha kushmandayerbhakagraha bhuta preta pishashascha yaksharaksho vinayakaha Kotara revati jeshta putana matrikadayah unmadaye hyapasmara deha pranendriya druha swapnadrishta mahotpata vruddha balagrahaschaye sarve nashyantu te vishnor namagrahana bhiravaha. This is the most important part of all these set of verses. Kindly repeat this. Sarve nashyantu te vishnor nama grahana bhiravaha. Sarve nashyantu te vishnor nama grahana bhiravaha. Translation of these three verses by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The evil witches known as Dakinis, Yatudhanis and Kushmandas are the greatest enemies of children. And the evil spirits like Bhutas, Pretas, Pishachas, Yakshas, Rakshasas and Vinayakas, as well as witches like Kotara, Revati, Jeshtha, Putana and Matrika are always ready to give trouble to the body, the life air and the senses, causing loss of memory, madness and bad dreams. Like the most experienced evil stars, they all create great disturbances, especially for children. But one can vanquish them, sarve nashyantu, simply by uttering Lord Vishnu's name, Vishnor Nama Grahana. For when Lord Vishnu's name resounds, all of them become afraid and go away. Bhiravaha. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhaktau Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda, who is the original person, non-dual, infallible, and without beginning. Although he expands into unlimited forms, he is still the original. And although he is the oldest person, he always appears as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, and all-knowing forms of the Lord cannot be understood by the academic wisdom of the Vedas, but they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. While decorating the body with tilak, we give protection to the body by chanting 12 names of Vishnu. Although Govinda, or Lord Vishnu, is one, he has different names and forms with which to act differently. But if one can remember, but if one cannot remember all the names at one time, one may simply chant Lord Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. In Sanskrit it is Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. And always think of Lord Vishnu simply by saying Lord Vishnu's name, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. One can always remember, or one can always think of Lord Vishnu. Vishnor Aradhanam Param. This is the highest form of worship. If one remembers Vishnu always, even though one is disturbed by many bad elements, one can be protected without a doubt. The Ayurveda Shastra recommends Aushadhi Chintayet Vishnum. Even while taking medicine, one should remember Vishnu, because the medicine is not all and all, and Lord Vishnu is the real protector. The material world is full of danger. Padam padam yat vipadam. Therefore, one must become a Vaishnava and think of Vishnu constantly. This is made easier by the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended Kirtaniya Sada Harihi Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam and Kirtanad Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vrajet. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Jnanaatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shukadeva Goswami is narrating the pastime of the deliverance of Putana. Putana came to kill baby Krishna, infant, not even a baby, infant, just 10 days old maybe. And she was sent by Kamsa. And she was an expert evil witch, Rakshasi. And she had so many mystic powers. She could change her form. She could fly in the air. She could transport herself from one place to another simply by her mystic power. She could become invisible. So that powerful Putana was killed by Krishna. Of course, it's not killing the way we understand normally what is killing, but was liberated, was purified, was delivered by Krishna simply by his sucking out the poison of her breast and sucking out her life air. So after that, the gopis, who were very simple cowherd women and girls, Even the cowherd men and cowherd boys, all of them were very simple village folk. And they did not recognize Putana when she came. And she got free entrance into the house of Nanda Maharaj, Nanda Bhavana. And nobody suspected her because she disguised herself looking like the goddess of fortune. Sakshat Lakshmi Devi has come to see her husband, Madhava. Madhava means the husband of the goddess of fortune. And the unsuspecting gopis, they simply were captivated by the beauty of Putana. And both Mother Yashoda and Rohini, they were very much attentive to Krishna and Balaram. But when Putana entered Nanda Bhavana, they simply let her go directly to the room in which Krishna was sleeping, lying down. They thought somebody has come to see Krishna, beautiful child, beautiful baby. So they did not stop her. And she straight went to, because she is a evil witch with a lot of mystic powers. So by her mystic power, she could actually locate Krishna exactly. Now we have got GPS for locating. But this technology was there in the former times also, without electronics, simply by using mystic power. So Putana went, took the child on her lap. When she saw the child, she could make out, this child is no ordinary child. Shukadeva Goswami describes this. This child has got the power to destroy the entire universe. But still, even though she could make out, this is not an ordinary child, she was determined to carry out Kamsa's order. Because she already killed so many small children. So she thought, even though the child appears to be very, very powerful, I have got deadly poison which will instantly kill the child. So she attempted, took the child on her lap and tried to feed the child her poisoned breast milk. Krishna immediately became very angry. Not because she came to kill Krishna. Nobody can kill Krishna. Nothing can be done to Krishna. But he was angry at her because she had killed so many innocent small children in Vrindavan, in Braja. So he became very angry at her. And he decided, I'm going to suck out her life air and stop her nonsensical, sinful activities of killing small, innocent children. So she thought, let me feed him my breast milk. And actually, her intention was to feed him poison. She had poisoned her breast. And Krishna, he sucked out the poison, stopped this nonsense of poisoning children, and he also sucked out her life air. Immediately, Putana, she tried to resist Krishna sucking out her life air. Prana, her prana. But she could not completely resist. So the power with which Krishna had to suck out her life air was very evident from the after effect of this whole incident. The immediate effect was Putana is trying to resist using her power, even though she appears like just one ordinary woman, a beautiful woman, but she is not an ordinary woman. She is no beautiful woman. She is a dangerous Rakshasi, and she is very, very powerful by having acquired mystic power. So when Krishna sucked out her life air, so many things happened. It is described in the previous verses. I'll just read this portion. Try to understand what this incident is like. When Krishna began to suck out her life air, Putana began to cry. Imagine a dangerous, deadly Rakshasi is crying. Please leave me, leave me. Suck my breast no longer. Putana is crying out. Perspiring, she began to perspire because she was very, very, very fearful. Her eyes wide open. Her arms and legs she began to throw around her arms and legs. She cried very loudly again and again and again. But as she screamed loudly, what happened? The earth with its mountains and outer space with its planets trembled. The lower planets and all directions vibrated, and people fell down fearing that thunderbolts were falling upon them. So all these after effects, because Putana is trying to resist Krishna sucking out her life air. And that power of resisting, that affected the immediate surroundings and affected the movement of the planets in the whole universe. That's the kind of power Putana had. This indicating, what is this indicating? Why is Shukadeva Goswami telling planets started falling and, earth was trembling and outer space, there were so many unfavorable movements of the planets. Planets were slipping away from their orbit. Meteors were falling. So all this is indicative of Putana's power to resist Krishna sucking out her life air. But when she realized, I cannot stop this child sucking out my prana, she threw away the child on the bed and she started walking away. She came out of the home, Nanda Bhavana, and she started going outside the village. Finally, when she reached the pasturing ground, open pasturing ground, then she fell down dead. She fell down dead. That means she had so much power to resist even death itself. Death means the pranavayu goes out of the body. The prana goes out of the body. She was resisting so powerfully. And when she fell down dead, her assumed mystical form, looking like beautiful Lakshmi Devi, that form is gone. That form is gone. So in her original form, original means the form of the Rakshasi, she fell down dead. And how big was that form? 12 miles big. How many kilometers is 12 miles? About 19 kilometers big form. How much? 19 kilometers. From here to our railway station is just 5 kilometers. So you can imagine the distance of number of trees that fell down. So many trees fell down when she fell dead. And Nanda Maharaj and some other cowherd men who had gone with him to pay taxes to Kamsa, they were returning from Mathura to Vrindavan. And Nanda Maharaj suddenly saw this dead body of Putana lying on the pasturing ground with so many trees having fallen down. And he began to wonder, what's happened? What's happened? And the gopis, they were obviously terrified. Something very dangerous has happened. And where was Krishna? Actually, even though she tried to throw Krishna away to escape from his sucking out her life air, Krishna was holding on to her breasts. Krishna would not leave her breasts. So, she was carrying Krishna with her as she tried to get out of Nanda Bhavana and go to away from the village, try to escape. And when she fell dead, Krishna was playing on her body. Obviously, the gopis, oh, she's taking away the child. She's crying very loudly, screaming. Of course, they could not understand she's crying. She was screaming. And maybe they could have not understood her language. Because the Rakshasis are all not cultured and civilized people. So she'll be, cursing. She'll be uttering all kinds of words, screaming very loudly. So the gopis obviously ran behind her. Where is she going? Where is Krishna? Krishna, she's taking away Krishna. And when she fell down, she's now fallen down. Where is Krishna? Krishna is smiling and playing on her breast. So immediately they went and picked up the child. They were relieved that Krishna is safe. And they picked up the child and they did so many things to protect the child from any further danger. So it is described by Shukadeva Goswami what all they did. That first of all, they waved the tail of a cow to give full protection to the child. Then they thoroughly washed the child with cow urine and smeared the dust raised by the movements of the cows, the child's body. Then they chanted different names of Lord Krishna or Vishnu and applied cow dung on 12 parts of his body, as is done by Vaishnavas who apply tilak on their body. Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayana Namaha. What does it mean when we apply tilak? So Prabhupada explains in the purport, today's purport, that while decorating the body of tilak, we give protection to the body by chanting 12 names of Vishnu. How are we protecting? By chanting the names of Vishnu. Okay. So the gopis did the same thing. They apply tilak every day to protect themselves by chanting the 12 names of Vishnu. So they applied cow dung for special protection for the child, chanting the same 12 names of Vishnu. So then Shukadeva Goswami describes they did not stop at that. Further, they began to chant mantras. Before chanting the mantras, they performed Anganyasa and Karanyasa. See, these gopis are ordinary village women. So Srila Prabhupada says that during the Vedic times, even ordinary people knew how to give protection to a child simply by taking help of a cow. Simply by washing the child with cow urine, simply by applying little cow dung on 12 parts of the body by chanting the names of Vishnu, simply by offering prayers for protection. So what we chanted, the 24th verse, that is one of the prayers offered by the gopis for Krishna's protection. And what is that prayer? May Hrishikesha protect your senses. May Lord Narayana protect your life air. May the master of Shvetadvipa, Shvetadvipapati, protect the core of your heart. Chittam, the core of the heart. May Yogeshwara protect your mind. Previous to this verse, there are verses which describes how they prayed for the protection of the different parts of the body of the child. Beginning with the legs. May Lord Aja protect your legs. May Maniman protect your knees. May Yajna protect your thighs. May Achyuta protect the upper part of your waist, etc. So all the different parts of the body, beginning from the legs up to the top of the head. Then after that, they are praying for protection of all his senses by simply chanting the name of Hrishikesha. Because Hrishikesha is the protector of, the master of all the senses of our body. So may Hrishikesha protect all your senses. Narayana protect your life air. Prana. See, this body is a very complex machine. We know medical science is still trying to figure out the details of what are all there inside and how the things work together and how the body becomes sometimes diseased and various kinds of diseases affect the body, etc. But this body, the gross body, they may be able to study. What about the inner body, mind? And what about the intelligence? And what about the ego, false ego? And above all, the prana, the life air, which is actually circulating in this body. 10 different kinds of life air is circulating in this body. We have got Dashendriya, 10 kinds of senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses and 5 senses of action, Jnanendriya and Karmendriya. We also have 10 kinds of life air circulating in the body, Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana. Then there are 5 other kinds of life air which are helpful for our closing and opening the eyelids, for opening and closing the mouth when we yawn. Like that, there are 5 other kinds of life air. So totally 10 kinds of life air are circulating in this body, keeping the body in a working condition. It's a pneumatic system. So that life air itself is within the core of the heart, which is described in the scriptures as prana. When somebody dies, what do we say? Prana hotoitu. Pran chala gaya. Hindi also they say. Correct? Every language they say that in India. So that prana has left the body. This prana, sometimes people think, is the soul. No, soul is not the prana. Soul is our real self, I, you, each person. Soul has got consciousness, which is a symptom of the soul. That consciousness is spread throughout the body. Avinashitu tadvidhi yena sarvam idam tatam. This consciousness is indestructible because it is the energy of the soul by which we have awareness. We have awareness of who we are. We are awareness of the external things. We are aware of persons. Of course, we receive the knowledge from external sources through the 5 senses, and of course through the mind also, and the intelligence and the ego. So these 5 gross senses and 3 subtle senses we use for getting knowledge. But the prana energizes all these senses. The prana makes these senses function. See, when a person dies, we say dies, actually the person who is a spirit soul leaves the body. Tatha dehantara praptihi. So leaves the body means the consciousness is out of the body, because the soul is out of the body. Consciousness belongs to the soul. So then the body, dead body, prana hotoitu, sattavutru. But then it is not that the prana and the soul are the same. The prana is different. The prana is one of the energies of the super soul, Paramatma, who is also seated in our heart as long as we are inside this body. So when parents conceive a child, father and mother inside the mother's womb, the soul enters guided by the super soul. So when I actually was conceived by my parents, I as Atma entered my mother's womb. The Atma, that is I, and along with me, Paramatma, Krishna as Paramatma. He is the one who is guiding me. He is the one who is actually taking me and transferring me from my previous body to the new body. Along with Paramatma and Atma, the Prana also enters the body, enters the mother's womb, and enters that combination of secretions, the embryo. What's the embryo called in Sanskrit? Whatever it's called. Right? So, in this body, there are three important inhabitants. Of course, I am inside this body. You are inside your body. You as spirit soul, Atma. Then there is Paramatma, the most important personality, the most important inhabitant of this body. And there is Prana, Pranavayu. So, that Prana is actually the energy of the Supreme Lord, of the Paramatma, of Krishna, of Super Soul. That energy is called by Srila Prabhupada, the Prana is sometimes translated as life air. Sometimes it is translated by Prabhupada as the vital air circulating in the body. Vital air. Now, in this body, there are actually three types of consciousness. Hear carefully. One consciousness is my consciousness. I as spirit soul. I am conscious of my body. Because my consciousness is spread throughout this body. Then Paramatma, he is also a conscious person. He is not a conscious person. He is the conscious person. He is a supreme conscious person, supremely conscious. He is conscious not just of my body. He is conscious of everyone and everything in existence. Because his consciousness is unlimited. So he is also present in my body and his consciousness is also spread throughout my body. Actually spread everywhere. But at least as far as I am concerned, my body is concerned, I am spread, my consciousness spread throughout this body. Paramatma's consciousness also spread throughout the body. Then there is this circulation of this pranavayu, which is like the electric current which is rotating a motor. If you have electric motor, when you switch on the motor and then everything is properly functioning, all the different parts of the motor, then when electricity starts flowing, then the motor starts turning, starts working. You switch off the electricity, it's simply dead matter, that's all. Similarly, this pranavayu is circulating and thereby the whole body is working. The different parts of the body are working. Okay? The heart is pumping. The eyes are, we are able to see with the eyes different forms. We are able to hear with the ears. We are able to smell with the nose. We are able to digest the food we are eating. All that is because of the pranavayu circulating in the body and making the body work. This pranavayu is actually one of the millions and billions of types of energies of Krishna. So that prana, it leaves the body along with the Atma and Paramatma when a person dies. So, Krishna, he is of course, he is not Jiva. So when he appears, when he takes birth as the son of his devotees, or incarnates in this world, he comes in us in his spiritual form. Now that spiritual form is of so many varieties. He incarnates in half man, half lion form. He incarnates in the form of Varaha, boar form, Matsya, Kurma, fish and tortoise, like that. He even incarnates in a human-like form. Krishna, Rama, Vamana. He also incarnates so many different forms. He incarnates. Okay. Now, which is the original form of Krishna, of the absolute supreme person, supreme personality of Godhead? He is one person. Same person appears in so many different forms as incarnations. Same person, one person, Paramatma, one person. So the Bhagavatam explains, even though the soul inside each living body or living person, living entity, is distinctly having an identity as an individual person, but still Paramatma, who is present in everybody's heart, is actually one person. And who is that person? Krishna. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. Krishna says this in the Bhagavad Gita. He explains this, 15th chapter, 15th verse. I am seated in everybody's heart as Paramatma. Mattas smritir jnanam apohanam cha. From me comes remembrance, knowledge, forgetfulness. Everything is coming from Krishna. All our facilities to reside in this body, use this body, is provided by Krishna. Even our senses are working because Krishna is seated in our heart. Therefore, our senses are working. The gross organs are functioning because Krishna's energy as prana is circulating in the body. Just think, the heart keeps on pumping. It pumps 72 times a minute. This is a heart. Heart is actually a blood pump, correct? That any medical person will tell you. It's a blood pump. It's pumping air, blood for the whole body. Now this pump is pumping 72 times a minute. This is according to medical science I'm telling. I'm not telling according to, I haven't read anywhere in the scriptures. So, in an average lifespan, let's say about 80 years somebody lives, how many times the heart would have pumped blood? 40 crores of times, I calculated. 40 crores of times it has pumped. So how can this heart keep pumping like that? That is because of Paramatma. And Paramatma's energy, particularly for the gross functions of the gross body, the heart should work like a pump. So that pump, its energy is the prana. We eat food. Food is digested in the stomach or the small intestine, wherever. The scientists think that there are so many secretions and those secretions react. with the organic stuff we take. And then that is converted to some kind of, the digested stuff is absorbed by the small intestine and it is circulated through the blood to all the different cells. Yes, that is correct. That is not wrong. But that's a superficial understanding of the functioning of this body. The finer understanding is that the food we eat has got what is called as the vital energy. See, the scientists think this food is just another type of matter. That's what the scientists think. But then they are also intelligent enough to understand you cannot eat inorganic stuff and that will not act as food. You have to eat organic stuff. Organic literally means life-giving. That which sustains life. So what is this difference between organic and inorganic matter? Food and non-food. Only organic stuff sustains life. Like so many germs are there inside our body. Or when a person dies, so many germs attack the body. The body itself is no ordinary matter. Living body, at least, is no ordinary matter. It is organic matter. That's how even when we are living inside our body, so many types of bacteria and germs are actually, they're not called germs, I think, they're called bacteria, whatever, that are actually sustaining their life living on the different parts of our body. So, what is the difference between the organic and inorganic matter? That organic matter has got the vital energy. And what is that? That is called prana. That is called prana. Therefore, Prabhupada says vital energy. That prana is the same whether it is circulating in my body in 10 types of life air, prana, apana, vyana, or it is inside some food stuff, a fruit, or some grains, or some vegetables, or even some flesh also. Even flesh also, whatever, edible, or whatever sustains life. That prana has entered into all this. And how has it entered? Because Krishna has entered as Paramatma. Krishna has entered as Paramatma. With Krishna, always there is prana. His energy is prana. And that is what sustains life. That is the reason the planets are floating in the sky, or they are moving in their orbit in the sky. Heavy, huge planets, how are they floating? Or how are they simply suspended in the atmosphere? There is no clear understanding yet among the scientists. They say gravitational force, but that's not a scientific understanding. The Shastras say, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Gama Vishyacha Bhutani Dharayami Aham Ojasa. By my energy, these planets which are moving in their orbits, they are sustained by my energy. He enters every planet as Paramatma. He enters every body as Paramatma. He enters every atom as Paramatma. Where is this atomic energy coming from? When they explode one atom bomb, where is that energy coming from? It's dead matter. Dead matter has got energy like that? That's that amount of energy? No. Whatever you do, take any ordinary matter, crush it. You will have to expend energy and you will get nothing out of it. Correct? But this atom bomb, one atom fission, they say fission, nuclear physics, atomic physics. What happens? So much energy. That is the energy of Krishna, which is called Prana. It's a display of the prana energy of Krishna. So the whole creation is simply a display of Krishna's prana shakti. Krishna's prana shakti. And we, ordinary people, common people, think that I am sustaining this body as long as I am there, as spirit soul inside this body. My prana is sustaining this body. My prana. Nan prana. It is not Nanna prana. It is Krishna's prana. It's Krishna's prana. So, Krishna is the prana. That he says in another verse in 15th chapter. What is that verse? The digestion, verse of digestion. You don't remember. Huh? Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva. One Mataji knows the verse. Very good. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha Pranapana Samayukta Pachami Annam Chaturvidham. Krishna says, I am that prana who digests the 4 kinds of foods that you eat. Chaturvidham. Annam. 4 kinds of food that you eat. Because I am present in your belly as Vaishvanara, the fire of digestion. Actually, this fire of digestion is also prana only. It's another kind of prana. As I told you, the entire body is functioning only because of prana. Whether it is gross or subtle. We are seeing with these eyes, we are seeing forms. And those forms we perceive inside our brain as images. Now, how this, you see, the light that falls on the object is reflected. This is the explanation of the modern day scientists. The light falls on the object, that light is reflected, and on our retina it falls, the reflection, and the image is formed on the retina. That image is actually transmitted as a signal, optic nerve signal, to one portion of the brain by which we are able to see. A very complex explanation. Anyway, the scientists, we should be given credit. Very complex things they are explaining very nicely. Okay. But that is actually an effect of prana. Because the same eyes, same machine, when the soul is not there, when the prana is not there, prana hortoitu, eyes will not see. They donate the eyes, no? Sometimes they donate the eyes. I mean, they're donating the machine, the mechanical part of the eye, the material part of the eye, of the sense called eye, seeing sense, sense of vision. And that is placed in somebody's living person's the eye socket. Because the eye socket, whichever was the person's eye mechanism, that is not functioning. So they replace that. They say, donate your eyes. So how are they able to make it work? How are they able to make it work? And first of all, why should a person who has died not be able to use the eye when the eye is actually intact and perfectly working, but the same eye can be used in some other living person? Because the eye is functioning or working because of the prana. The eye is not working independently by itself. No. It is working because of prana. So my point in describing all this about prana is that these evil spirits, witches, you see, they have mystic power, and they try to attack or give trouble. Anyway, this is a whole lot of science of karma. So they can attack somebody whose karma is bad only. They cannot attack anybody whose karma is good. So bad karma people, they are attacked by such witches, such evil spirits. And they have that power because they have developed some kind of enviousness or enmity against somebody who attacked them or against whom they got some grudge or whatever. And they perform severe tapasya to get these powers. And when they get the powers, they're going to take revenge. They're going to take revenge. And they misuse those powers to kill, to give bad dreams, as is mentioned here by Shukadeva Goswami. Such, what does it say? Such evil witches, evil spirits, and generally as well as witches, they always are ready to give trouble to the body, the life air and senses, causing loss of memory, madness and bad dreams. So they're able to do all this because of their mystic power to take revenge. These are all subtle methods of giving trouble. Entering the body and then causing loss of memory. It's affecting the mind, not affecting the body. Loss of memory is affecting the mind. Bad dreams is affecting the mind. Or even madness. Madness is not affecting the body. It's affecting the mind. So they are able to give trouble to the body, to the mind, intelligence also. Intelligence becomes bewildered when somebody is attacked by a ghost. These witches, they are also called ghosts, one category of witches. Their names are all given here, some varieties. Dakini, Yatudhani, Kushmanda, Bhuta, Preta, Pishacha. They're all varieties of living entities. 84 lakh species. So these are all different species. And they take birth in such species because they have got so much enmity that I want to take revenge by having that power of evil spirit. So I give you the position of being my Dhatri in my personal abode. So he promoted her. So this is Krishna's compassion. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu. He is an ocean of mercy. And he is a spiritual ocean of mercy. Spiritual ocean is not limited like the material oceans. Spiritual ocean is unlimited. So actually when you say Karuna Sindhu, we don't mean he's got a huge quantity of mercy. No, his mercy is unlimited. His mercy is unlimited. And that unlimited merciful Krishna is most easily accessible to us by his name. Vishnor Nama Grahana Sarve Nashyantu. All evil spirits, all types of dangers can completely be vanquished if you simply chant the name of Vishnu. Of course, for specific dangers, there are specific names of Vishnu you can chant. Like when you say Om Keshavaya Namaha and we apply tilak here. May Lord Keshava protect my forehead. But if you can't remember all these names, very difficult. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. This mantra also sometimes people have difficulty chanting. So Shastra says, simply say Krishna, 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 Krishna. Or there is a special prayer. Apavitra pavitrova sarvavastangatopiva yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhahyabhyantara shuchihi Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. 3 times you say Vishnu's name. That's enough. You get all protection. All dangers are vanquished. I can't chant, remember. I can't remember always. Think. Think of Krishna. Think of Krishna's name. Chant Krishna's name. Remember Krishna's name. Hear Krishna's name. Be present where Krishna's name is being vibrated. Be present in the vicinity of a devotee who is always thinking of Krishna, like Prabhupada. Always thinking of Krishna, always chanting Krishna's name. Pure devotee of Krishna. Just be present near him. Or you simply think of him. Or you simply remember him. Or you simply pray to him. All your dangers are completely vanquished. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I have some announcement. Tomorrow we are celebrating Panihatti Chida Dahi Utsava. The program is in the evening from 6 p.m. onwards. And this is a very special festival. That this festival we don't fast. Even devotees don't fast. This is a festival without any fasting. Because this is a special festival. And will you hear about this festival speciality tomorrow? In the evening, 6 p.m. onwards till 8:30. Till 8:30. Devotees are going to perform, yes, one drama, one play on the pastime on which this festival is based. Chidadahi Mahotsav pastime. So please come for this festival. Have darshan of Gaur Nitai, deities, Abhishek, and then this drama. After that we'll have Sankirtan, then we'll have Arati for Gaur Nitai, then we'll have Prasadam. And this Prasadam is also special. Chida Dahi, Mosravalaki Habba. In Kannada, it is called Mosravalaki Habba. In Bengal they say Chida Dahi Mahotsav. But in Kannada we say Mosravalaki Habba. So we're going to serve you prasadam, special prasadam offered to Gaur Nitai as directed by him when the pastime took place. Mosravalaki we're going to serve you. A special type of Mosravalaki. Okay. Hare Krishna. Okay, devotees are requested to submit their Vyas Puja offerings to Prabhupada before 30th of June, before the end of this month, so that we can include your offering in the Vyas Puja book. We require some time for compiling and gathering and printing this Vyas Puja book. Hare Krishna.